Another day, another story. The story's name is There Is Still Life Left. We think something else and life has something else planned for us. We are in search of our happiness and destiny is trying to make a spectacle of us. Those for whom we live or stake our lives are the enemies of our souls, and by the time we realize it, it is already too late. Where life ends, a new life is born. Even if a branch is broken from the stem of a tree, many trees can be cultivated from this branch. However, life has to go on and it goes on. This story is about one such girl whose life is going on among the people who are the reason for the end of her life. And then nature beckons him to a new life. Once there was a girl named Maya. She was the eldest daughter of her family and had always been a responsible and hardworking person. Maya had big dreams and aspirations in her life, but she never let them get in the way of her family's needs. Maya put her career, love, and money on the line for the sake of her family. Maya's family was not financially stable, and her father passed away when she was very young. Since then, her mother and siblings had to rely on her to provide for them. Maya was the sole breadwinner of the family, and she worked tirelessly day and night to make ends meet. She sacrificed her dreams and aspirations for her family's sake. Maya gave up her dream of pursuing higher education. Maya had always been a bright student and dreamt of pursuing higher education. However, due to her family's financial struggles, she had to give up her dream and start working to support her family. Maya sacrificed her education and career aspirations to ensure that her family had enough to eat and a roof over their heads. Maya worked multiple jobs. To make ends meet, Maya had to work multiple jobs simultaneously. She worked long hours and often had to sacrifice her own rest and relaxation time. Maya put her family's needs ahead of her own and worked tirelessly to ensure they had everything they needed. Maya gave up her savings. Whenever her family faced a financial crisis, Maya was always there to help. She would often dip into her own savings and give the money to her family. Even though this meant sacrificing her own financial security, Maya did it without hesitation to ensure that her family's needs were met. Maya took care of her siblings. After their father passed away, Maya took on the responsibility of taking care of her younger siblings. She would help them with their studies, cook meals for them, and make sure they were happy and healthy. Maya sacrificed her own time and energy to ensure her siblings had a good childhood despite their difficult circumstances. Maya put her own relationships on hold. Maya had to put her own romantic relationships on hold to focus on taking care of her family. She would often have to cancel dates or miss out on social events because of her family's needs. Maya sacrificed her own life to ensure her family was taken care of. Maya's family never appreciated her hard work and dedication. They always took her for granted and expected her to do everything for them without any acknowledgement or gratitude. Being blamed for her father's death. After their father passed away, Maya's family blamed her for not taking good care of him. They accused her of neglecting him and causing his death. Maya was heartbroken and devastated by their accusations, as she had always taken good care of her father and loved him deeply. Being constantly criticized, Maya's family would often criticize her for every little thing she did. They would make her feel like she was never good enough and constantly point out her flaws. Maya tried her best to please them, but their criticism only made her feel more insecure and unhappy. Being forced to give up her earnings, Even though Maya worked hard to support her family, they would often demand that she give up her earnings to them. They would make her feel guilty for not doing enough and force her to give them whatever money she had earned. Being ostracized from family events, Maya's family would often exclude her from family events and gatherings. They would tell her that she wasn't welcome or make her feel like an outsider. Maya was hurt and saddened by their behavior, but she tried her best to be understanding and forgiving. Being thrown out of the house, the final misbehaving incident that Maya faced was when her family threw her out of the house. They told her that she was not their sister's daughter but her father gave her to her brother. They accused her of being a burden on them and forced her to leave. This was the ultimate betrayal for Maya, who had sacrificed so much for her family. She was left feeling alone and abandoned, with nowhere to turn. Maya felt hurt and unappreciated, but she never gave up on her family. One day, Maya's life took a dramatic turn. Her family revealed a shocking truth that they had kept hidden from her all these years. Maya's father had given her to her brother as a form of compensation for a debt that he owed him. They told Maya that she was not their sister's daughter but rather her brother's. Maya was shattered to hear this news. She had always believed that her family loved her and valued her, but now she realized that they only saw her as a burden. Her family threw her out of the house, and Maya was left all alone with nowhere to go. Eventually, Maya decided that she would leave the world. Maybe commit suicide. The girl who taught everyone love, peace, and courage was getting worried about the meaning of life today. She chose the depths of the sea to die and went from the shore to deeper waters to surrender herself to the waves. While walking, the ocean addressed him and said, "Maya, those who think of dying do not need to die, but they are already dead." The ocean said so and became silent. The waves were lapping at the feet. Maya raised her head to the sky and let out a scream as loud as she could and then began to cry loudly. The sea spoke again, "I drown only the living, the dead float to the surface by themselves." Maya fell there crying into the sea and the waves swept her away and carried her away into the deep. When Maya opened her eyes, she was somewhere far away on a new and beautiful island. She woke up, she was lying on the beach sand of the island and saw that a tree branch was breaking in front of her. She pondered further. The branch fell but stood on top of the sand as if it had once again burrowed into the bosom of the earth to become a tree. Maya got up again. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more stories.